Hey guys, it's your girl Aisha, K Geek XX Chic, and we are back with another reaction to Spy Family. We're now on to the episode that is called Nightfall, First Fit of Jealousy. So in the last episode, we had Anya get to follow her father to work and see what he did, because obviously the choice between him and Yor, the one with her dad seemed a lot less life-threatening and traumatizing. But also we know that from the very beginning of this season that Anya has been obsessed with Spy everything, the lifestyle, the personas, all that good stuff. So anyway, she managed to accidentally find, or not accidentally, purposefully overhear and find out that her father had a secret escape hatch built into his office. She went through there and managed to kind of make her way through, but not without creating a ruckus on her way back. But either way, she managed to not tip off Lloyd to the fact that she had found this thing, but he now thinks that she's completely insane. That's a whole other side story. But anyhow, we discovered throughout that, though, that Lloyd's got a lot going on. Between the fact that he's running all these missions, he is still having to keep up the whole persona of being a successful and somewhat, I guess you could say, effective psychologist. And so, yeah, we're starting to see just why Twilight is the top tier agent that he is, because to be juggling all these balls in the air, including taking care of Anya and faking being a husband to Yor, his plate is very, very full. So yes, we're going to go back to Nightfall, who I believe is the bumbling spy we met a couple of episodes ago, who is absolutely, oh no, that was Daybreak. No, that's Daybreak. So this must be a different agent. All of these around the different times of day. That's interesting. But if it is a new op, then I'm very interested to find out what they're about and why they too might possibly have an issue with Lloyd, which is who I'm assuming they must have an issue with. So without further ado, let's jump into the episode. But just before I do, if you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you so much for coming. I do reactions here to animes and all sorts of great things. But if you'd like to support me on this journey or other ones that I am on, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. And if you like this video, I'd appreciate it if you showed some love to that like button as well as left some comments below. I love reading them and engaging with you guys. All right, that out of the way, guys, let's get into the episode right about now. Okay. Which mission is this? This can't be his family mission because that's too much. That's a good one to put it slow and steady. Okay, good. Oh, you could have been the way. I think this works out just fine, actually. I think that's a good idea. Outside of, yes, him suddenly switching up wives, I don't think Anya would be down for that. Ma'am, not you being jealous. Let her try, though, because she does not know. Yor is the wrong one. Yor is not the one. Oh, so she thinks if she gets on it, she'll win. Okay. But here's the difference, though, because we already know that Twilight cares about Yor. Even if he doesn't understand that yet, he does. We appreciate an ambitious woman. Just don't come after my girl Yor. You're going to regret it. Okay? That family is not the family y'all want to mess with. Slow and steady, Yor. Oh, that was once an egg. Yes, drink your tea. Good girl. Oh, the tea wasn't even good? Hi. The way you guys have a peephole and never use it. I don't think she insisted, but okay. You're prettier. Yor does not even have that type of narcissism to think that you must be the mistress. Come on. But we need Anya in here because Anya needs to hear this woman's thoughts. She is never leaving that little girl. Sorry. What child rearing? She loses her at least 5 times a week. Yeah, she raised her little brother on her own. You should do your research. Yeah, you better swallow that sentence. Stop right there, because Lloyd gonna lose it. Exactly. He knows something's up. Okay, God, that was a lot. Anya. Exactly. See how his eyes got squinty? Like, don't talk about my wife. Look at Anya. She's like, I don't know what's happening. Oh, so I was right. I was right. She jealous. If she kicks her leg up in Sailor Moon style, I'm gonna lose it. Anya's she's too stunned to speak. Wov. I mean, back in the day, they would have been a perfect match because they both are so about the job. But Lloyd is not that man anymore. He's an actual family man. Are you still calling him senpai? Wow, okay, we've gotten all the way to the aisle. The cherubs are singing and playing. Okay. Yeah, he's like, what is going on over there? Not the storm outside, echoing the storm in Anya's heart. Oh, of course she heard that part. These fantasies are so different, it's funny. You didn't even hear what she said, but beyond that, it would have been a lie. Lloyd would never complain about you in public. He knows that's not even strategic. He'll do it if Yor wants him to have some milk. They knew each other for 24 hours. Love will do that to you. Anya's like, this woman is amazing. Better than a soap opera. Excuse me? What kind of... trained in what, ma'am? Yeah, Anya doesn't do well with structure. At all. So to say, you just blew it, sis. To coddle her. Not cuddle, but coddle. That's right. She's like, let me not mess this up. Could you? That's right. You played up, Anya. That her no. That's right. Don't even think of coming in here, she said. Lloyd is like, what is going on? I just want the dog. Oh, not you giving her the... Let you turn on the wrist? This is how this man been making all these girls fall in love with him. Although I think with Yor, he actually means it, unlike a lot of the other girls we've seen him work with. Just because you know him doesn't mean you know him. Yes, you're making it awkward. Oh, Lloyd did not like that visit at all. He's like, now, why did you come to my house and why were you all up in my wife's face? That's not all right. That's not okay. And if Anya don't like you, it's a wrap. Yeah, can I help you with something? What's that look for? This is a work relationship. Oh, well, that position's taken. Well played. She's like, I'm so down that I have to walk in the rain. Hide my tears. Oh, and that's the end of it. Oh, wait, this is extra long. There's got to be another scene. Hold on. Not the penguin. Not him picking her up by her collar. He's like, I don't think you can handle this cartoon if you're crying about it. All right. No, you're not, you jealous. You're still her #1 cuddler, okay? Oh, Bond, you didn't. You bad dog. Bad dog. Sure you can find the culprit just behind you. Bond said who? So she can read dog minds now. Oh, she's mean. Gong! Of course. That's not actually possible. We'll fix it. This is how kids are, though. They're so dramatic about everything. You go reflect on yourself, Bond. What was that all about? She's a child. But dogs really be like that. They can be super possessive of whoever they've chosen as their owners. I mean, they don't usually destroy toys, but they'll poop in your bed and all kinds of crazy stuff, man. They're crying into her homework. Anya, you're too much. That's the best we can do, hun. That's right. Everyone gets scars eventually. That's absolutely life lessons. Oh. Peace offering. He is. There we go. Oh, not you memorizing by episode, girl. How come you don't memorize your homework like that, girl? You don't memorize your math like that. Peanuts. Kids are easily bribed. Very good. Hate is a very strong word. Treaty? Look at you using their big vocabulary words. Lloyd's like, I have no idea what's going on here. It really should be, right? It really should be. The way kids are, that's exactly how they are. They'll be enemies one second and the next second they love you. Mind you, they don't even know what the word hate means at that age. But anyhow, a cute episode. We are introduced to yet another person in this agency, a wise spy. This was Nightfall. So thankfully not another bumbling wannabe agent because we don't need any more of those right now. But yes, it turns out this is someone who's worked with Twilight for a while and she's got herself a little crush. She's become a bit obsessed with him, and it looks like that if her whatever mission she was working on prior to this had wrapped up in the right amount of time, she actually would have ended up playing the role of Lloyd's wife, and that would have been obviously ideal for her because, like she said, even if it wasn't real, it would give her a chance to pretend it was real and feed into a fantasy she clearly has. And she's still not giving up on the possibility of becoming that person. As we saw, she is like, if something happens to yours, suddenly, I'm here. So anyways, we've heard that from the handler, she does not want that to happen. She was right when that at a high level, it would look weird for Lloyd to remarry someone completely different, especially after he claims that he was a widow and married this woman within a couple of days of knowing her. So him doing that again would just make everyone at Eden, and honestly just society in general, be like, what is going on with this guy? But anyhow, we see that she went and visited the house because, let's face it, she was jealous and she just wanted to see what she was up against. In her mind, she's just critiquing Yor on her housewife abilities, right? She's thinking that what Yor should be doing is taking care of the house and making sure that Anya is trained up so that all Lloyd has to worry about when he comes home is just to rest, because he's, of course, as I mentioned in the beginning of this episode, he's doing the spy things, he's maintaining this psychologist persona, he's doing side missions, and he's also making sure that this Strix operation is under control. So he's got a lot going on. So it should be a situation where he comes home and that's it. And so that's really what she was harping on, because she had to admit that Yor is beautiful. Physically, you can't go wrong. So anyway, thankfully Anya came home and heard all of the ulterior motives going on in this woman's mind, because we saw that just before Lloyd and Anya came home, she was about to plant some seeds of doubt into Yor's mind around whether or not Lloyd was happy in this marriage. And we already know that Yor is constantly worrying about whether or not she's a good enough wife and a good enough mother to Anya. So it would have been bad because she is an overthinker. So I'm glad. I mean, the fact that she even got as far that what's her name? Nightfall got as far into her sentence as she did is already starting to play, a bit of a head games with Yor. But I really like that Anya, sensing what was going on. And again, I don't think Anya would have even been against it per se, because she's 4. But as soon as she saw that this woman was going to basically not be a mother to her in any sense and really just be a taskmaster, she was like, oh, heck no. Let me just stick with the mama I got. She might be trying to kill me half the time with her cooking, but I know that she actually cares about me, and she actually, treats me as much as with as much motherly affection as Yor does have, right, or has to give. So anyway, thankfully Anya just kind of throwing on that little Riz that she's got, that 4-year-old Riz. We saw Yor kind of get in and say, no, I am determined. I am going to make sure that I am the best, right? I'm going to keep working at being a good wife. And so we hear Lloyd just kind of say, okay, like what you're doing is enough. And we hear Nightfall say that this is probably all part of the act with Lloyd. And we've seen already that Lloyd is still, for the most part, mainly playing a part. But we've also seen that he's starting to become conflicted. He is starting to realize that there's real feelings developing, especially with Anya, maybe not with Yor yet. But point being, Lloyd is not, he's not going to want to walk away from Yor for effectiveness anymore, right? Maybe the beginning of all this, he would have been very fine with swapping, but at this point, outside of the reasons that I mentioned before, he's actually starting to care about them. This is something we've been seeing slowly developing, so he doesn't want anybody else. And again, as viewers, we know that Yor is far more than what meets the eye. Like, maybe she's a terrible cook and maybe not the most attentive of mothers all the time, but if there's anyone who's suited to protect Anya, it's her. I wouldn't be surprised if she's actually more skilled than Nightfall in that regard, because we saw what happened when she was playing the part against Lloyd at the fake kidnapping scenario they did at the castle. Like, Yor was beating Twilight. Like, she's a really, really good fighter. So anyway, cute episode, but I feel like this is not going to be the end for Nightfall. I think she's definitely going to still be looking for ways to try to infiltrate the Forger family, and I'm very interested to see how that whole dynamic is going to play out, because now there's two ops to this marriage, right? We've got Yuri, who, for the reasons of him having a weird obsession with his sister, but also just not trusting Lloyd, wanting this marriage to end, and then now we've got Nightfall. So yeah, cute episode overall, though. I liked seeing the family kind of come together a bit tighter here, and the little moment at the end where Anya and even Anya and Bond had a little bit of a tiff, but now they're back on track, and they're just cementing their relationship as a family in every episode, so it's super fun to watch. All right, so that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I really enjoyed watching this episode, and I hope that you enjoyed watching along with me. If you did, please show some love to that like button and let me know what you're thinking below, and we will see you in the next video.